So before we get started in this video, I just want to let you know that hindsight is 2020, and I can't stand when traders just show a bunch of patterns or chart work and say, "Oh yeah, look at this, you could have done this." And anybody can do that in replay mode or just looking at old data that's already on the screen. So I understand it, but there's no better way to explain to you how this trading stuff works unless it's in a 10-minute, 15-minute video so your brain just stays focused. Because I can sit here for hours and wait for trades to play out, and I'm not going to do that. That's a lot of time wasted for a lot of people who are going to get bored watching it. So if you want to look at my Instagram, that's where I have a lot of my live trades. I have months of live trades, right? These are all live trades. This is actually a double entry that I did. First entry and then the second entry here. These are live candles, however you'd want to say it. There's times on the candles on TradingView. I call them before they happen, when they happen. You know, look, this is me waiting for the setup to play out, my alert being triggered, getting into the trade, immediately going to take profit. Wow. How does he do it? How does he know? And I just try to stay updated, right? So I have a bunch of these trades. But anyways, just so you know, right? I'm not just showing you stupid random patterns on the chart. I'm just trying to keep it simple for you. So follow me on Instagram. Anyways, let's get into the video. All right, guys. So let's jump right into it. So ask yourself this, because none of your Forex gurus will actually ask you this, because none of them actually have traded for years, went through depression, went through all the highs and the lows of trading, lost so much and won so much that it doesn't matter anymore what you do. But what kind of personality are you bringing to the charts? Are you super patient? I know people that are already great traders because they are so patient. My brother was just like that. He is a patient person. He never looks for conflict. He never jumps out there and says somebody's wrong. He's not impulsive. You know, me, I'm a little bit opposite, but he always made a great trader because he's super patient. Me, I'm a little bit impulsive, a lot of it. That's why trading was very difficult for me. But when you take that personality to the charts, you have to know, can I get into a trade and watch this trade play out with real money, not fake money? Can I watch this trade play out for several days, up to a week, just for a basic risk to reward ratio of 1-2 or 1-3, taking partials along the way? Or am I looking to get into the trade and get out of it as soon as possible using proper risk with a great risk to reward? And by great risk to reward, anything more than a 1-to-1 is a great risk to reward. Don't let anybody tell you different. You don't got to believe all the hype out there. A 1-to-2 is perfectly normal. A 1-to-3 is amazing. 1-to-4 is like a gold mine. All right. And any real trader will tell you that. A 1-to-1, I've been funded with a 0.7-to-1. I don't even need to make a 1-to-1. Risking $10 to make $7, just to put it in perspective. That's what I was doing. And I was funded. I got paid out $6,200, whatever it was in a few weeks. So don't let anybody tell you that risk to reward is like everything that you need to focus on. It's not. Whatever it is that you're focusing on, make sure that you just are learning about yourself and you're not worried about what other people are doing. Anyways, let's just take this into a very simple idea of how I look at the charts. We're on the 5-minute time frame. GBP JPY, that's my baby. I'm married to her. Yes, I have USD JPY here, but this is because I watched USD JPY. In case GBP JPY had a play that I missed, USD JPY could either play that same exact setup, and I've seen it time and time again, either before or after or right at the very same time as GBP JPY. So I sit there and I watch that as well in case I miss a trade, which is not that big a deal. Gold I always watch, because if gold's moving down, GBP JPY is moving up, and vice versa. If gold's going up, GBP JPY is usually going down. This is how I've seen it for years. You can argue that all you want, but on the time frame that I trade, that's what happens. So let's go ahead and take a look here. What do we see right here on the chart? Please tell me, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? Because that didn't take longer than 5 seconds to look at the chart and say it's an uptrend or a downtrend, right? Now, if you're trading like me, scalper, you're in and out of these trades quickly. Guess what? I'm only looking for buys in this situation. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this is a sell position right here because we're at the high. Bud. Now, if we end up going all the way back here, like everybody likes to show on all their tutorial videos, oh, look at this area here. Oh, look at this area here. Brother, I could go to the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours still looks bullish, looks amazing. This looks just like the 5-minute time frame on the 4-hour, doesn't it? I'm giving you some golden nuggets here. You should pay attention and you should take advantage of the situation, because I don't know if I'll put this in the new course that I have that I'm launching this week, because I feel like people don't focus unless they pay. They do not focus unless they pay. If they don't invest in themselves, they don't invest in themselves. You know, there's hundreds of videos online that you could watch, and they'll either confuse you, but I try to keep it simple. Focus on the trend. What do you see? Are you trading within the same hour? If you're going to be in a trade less than an hour, why would you be looking at a 4 hour or a daily time frame to tell you, when you're supposed to be getting into a trade? Hopefully you're following along with that. I'm giving you free game with this. So if I'm looking at the 4 hour, clearly an uptrend, but hey, we could retrace back down to this area. So am I looking for a sell? Don't start confusing yourself. It's an uptrend. Okay, 1 hour, look, it's an uptrend. We're on a little support area right here on the EMA as well. This little line going here. Beautiful. I'm looking for buys right here. 30 minutes uptrend. Okay, so let's go back down to the 5 minute. So yes, and this is why I tell people, trade the 5 minute. Trade the 5 minute. I've been doing that for several years. Okay, and I went back and forth from hourly to the daily to weekly trades. Brother, everything became so much easier when I focused on the lower time frame, and nobody wants to tell you that. Not the 1 minute, all right, but the 5 minute time frame is beautiful for clear price action. People are getting into trades and out of trades at such a quick rate that you can find areas where price is continuing up, pulling back to that same area, and then continuing back up, or vice versa. It's pushing down, pulling back to that area where it wants to continue down. That's a dime a dozen. I could sit here and trade the same thing over and over again all day, and I used to do that. I'm not doing that anymore. Okay, I'm trading with capital that is keeping me happy with the profits I'm making. I don't need to go over trade, over risk, FOMO trade, revenge trade, none of that crap anymore. You're probably still headed in that direction if you're a new trader. And if you're past that, congratulations. I'm very, very happy for you. Trust me, because that's a crazy, crazy phase of someone's trading career. So, anyways, what did we have here on the 5 minute, right? It doesn't matter what was going on the higher time frame when I was looking at the 5 minute. We were having lower lows and higher lows. Sorry, lower highs. Lower lows. This one kind of broke up here, but compared to this, it's still a lower high. Lower lows. So I'd be looking for a sell position. What is so crazy about taking a sell position right here? We don't want it to make a new high and holding it to a 1 to 2, which is completely fine. What's so crazy about that? Price pulled back and we continue down. Why are we complicating things? Here, look at the structure change. We were just having a downtrend. All of a sudden we broke back below that EMA, continued back up, and then broke highs up here. And a perfect example is right here. We broke right above this area, right? This resistance now. Okay, so this was supposed to be, okay, stay with me. This was supposed to be our lower high to continue down to a lower low. We did not. Okay, these are the very, very specific signs in the market, which is going to tell you exactly where the market is going to be going for a specific amount of time. We did not make the lower low. Instead, we broke above this resistance. Now, this is what we're looking for. An area of supply or demand. Retesting that area of supply or demand. Now, on the 15-minute, I'm sure it's there, and you can always look. Yep, there it is, a little gap right there, right on the EMA. But I'll stay on the 5-minute. Pushed up, broke structure, retraced, came down to this area. Right, stop loss below this candle right here. Holding it for a 1 to 2. Super, super clean. Super, super clean. Nice and easy. Again, what are we doing here? Price came down, retested that same exact area. I didn't even recognize that. Came down, retested that area. We don't want price to make a new lower low, right? This is our now swing low to continue up to a 1 to 2. So at the end of the day, price is just continuing up, pulling back, continuing up in this scenario right here, right? That's very rough around the edges. Like that's not how I sit there and trade, but I'm just showing you the simplicity of it. If you just get your mind wrapped around the idea behind price goes up, price goes down. Okay. You don't have to catch breakouts. You don't have to catch fake outs. You don't have to get into the trade when it's going the opposite direction. None of that crazy stuff. Price is simply going down, coming back, going down, coming back, going down, coming back, going down. So when you start to ask yourself, well, what's up with all, what strategy do I use? Price action, uptrend, downtrend. You don't have to use trend lines. Just understand where price is going, because people make fun of that girl Tori Trades for using trend lines. You can use a trend line. Her basis, her foundation is off of trend lines. That's completely fine. And for anybody who's arguing that, you don't know enough about trading. The trend is your friend. You're going to say that trend lines are a joke? She doesn't strictly say, oh, this is the trend line I'm going to buy right here. No, there's going to be other confluences and other confirmations that tell her to get into the trade. But the trend is your friend. So you can't sit here and bash trend lines. It's literally having a trend of price action in a certain direction. There's only three directions, right? Up, sideways, down. That's it. So why would we confuse the fact that we have to go through all these indicators? If you see somebody selling an indicator, run. Run. You don't need to buy an indicator. You don't have to buy an algorithmic trader. You clearly have price right in front of you telling you where it's going. Now, the problem that traders have is keeping it simple. They don't keep it simple. They spend thousands on courses, and yes, I have a course. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to teach people the right way to trade with ease and without having to screw your mindset over like I have, right? 8 years doing this crap. I'm telling you, it's so simple that it's difficult. You're literally clicking a button, but you need to know when to click a button and then when to click the button again to get out of your trade and call it a day and move on with life. I've chased that dream of trading over and over and over again every single session, Monday through Friday, London session, Asian session, New York session, every single one of those sessions. Well, it's actually London, New York, Asian. Every single one of those sessions. I've sat there and waited for every single trade to come set up. I took every single trade possible till my brain couldn't handle it anymore. I blew challenge accounts, plenty of them, finally got funded, got a payout. The company went out of business. Then FTMO went out of business when I was getting funded with them on the second phase. All that crap led me to understand I can do everything on my own so long as I don't overtrade, don't revenge trade, don't over risk, don't FOMO trade, don't do none of the crap that a lot of new traders do. And it's difficult. I get it. I know it's difficult. Trust me, brother, I know it's difficult. But eventually, and it all comes down to your personality on the charts and you understanding that you have to not rush the process. Because if you rush the process, you're never going to make it. You will never make it. You'll just keep going in circles. Eventually, you'll do it so much and so often that you break barriers and you eventually just end up not doing things anymore. Because a lot of questions that I get for a lot of my traders, and if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, trader.joe.fx. I try to post a lot of my trades on there. You guys can probably learn a lot from that for free. You will do something so many times the wrong way. And if you're not aware of, at least be aware that you're doing the wrong thing. If you are aware of it, eventually your brain will just break. You will break the cycle because you're aware of it. Now, if you're not aware of it, that's a problem. Okay? It's the same thing with being an alcoholic or being a drug addict. You have to be aware that there's a problem. Eventually, something might change so long as you're aware of it and you keep reminding yourself that you can't keep doing certain things the way you're doing it. So, anyways, quick video just to keep it simple. Be simple on the charts. Don't over risk. Don't over trade. Don't revenge trade. Don't FOMO trade. Don't sit there scalping trade after trade after trade after. It just, I mean, do what you take that with a grain of salt. Do what you want to do. For me, I have done it all, brother, and it brought me full circle to just chilling out. Watch a lot of my other videos, man, because you'll understand where I'm coming from. But other than that, stay blessed, stay safe. Love you, brother. Love you, sister. And happy trading. If you guys want to check out my course, go ahead and click on the link in the description. I'm also, I'm not a fan of courses, but I think to myself, if I can benefit anybody and them just keep it simple, because a lot of people jump from mentor to mentor. If you can just stick with one idea that someone's giving you that has their best intentions, has your best intentions, not your intestines. I don't want your intestines. But if they have your best intentions, then that's really, really important to take note of, because real traders don't want you to go through what I went through. But I'm not going to also give away the answers for free. Like that's not fair to me. That's not fair to people that pay for time with me to coach them one-on-one. So again, if you don't invest in yourself, you're not going to invest in yourself. You just won't. You don't invest the money, you don't invest the time. All right, there's a dime a dozen videos online you can go watch and confuse yourself and do what I did for years. Okay. Other than that, I'm out of here. Later.